What two Harry Potter characters did you want to end up in a relationship most?
Seamus and Hermione. to be totally honest. Or Seamus and Cho Chang.
Yes.
Or Seamus and Ginny Weasley.
He just wanted a love
Basically,
scene
I want
really
to have a love
bad.
scene with somebody else. Yeah. Actually, originally, at the, I think it was the 5th or 6th premiere, we were talking to David Yates, the director, and we were saying, Seamus needs to have a girlfriend. And he was saying, yeah, we'll definitely give Seamus a girlfriend and some kissing scenes. And I was delighted. And he said, no. Thanks. Yeah, go ahead.
Since you do horses, have you ever considered doing sports like pentathlon?
I haven't, no, it's too hard. I haven't got the time for that, too much preparation and getting fit and everything.
What is your favorite movie besides, like, I mean, not Harry Potter, but like other than that?
I love all movies, really. I think my favourite movie I only watched there recently is The Bucket List with Morgan Freeman. He's class. He's definitely one of my favourite actors. So anything with him in it, I'd watch. Yeah?
You mentioned before that you had the opportunity with the fourth film to work with a lot of classically trained actors. And I remember one interview that you mentioned in particular, the opportunity to work with Brendan Gleeson. What did you take from working with these classically trained, very renowned actors, and do you think those will contribute to the future of your career if you decide to go back to acting in a couple of years?
Yeah, well, hopefully anyway. Like, they were such an influence on not just myself, but all the actors in the Harry Potter movies. Like, they tried to teach us as much as they could, and they were telling us, like, we all make mistakes, you know. Like, me in particular, like, I'm dyslexic, so it took me so long just to learn one line. And Brendan Gleeson was always saying, don't worry about Devon, it doesn't matter. Same with Kenneth Branagh. He was very good, you know, he was always so relaxed and patient, and like, it was quite hard, like, you have a line, like, say it's one line for James Finnegan, like, you know, and you're there with Brendan Gleeson, and you're like, oh, I have to get it right, I have to get it right, I have to get it right. He was saying, it doesn't matter, Devon, don't worry about it. He was one of my favourite actors in the movie. Growing up with him at home, he'd done so many Irish movies, and, you know, he's such a cool actor. And his son as well now was in the movie, Donald Gleeson, and he's amazing, he's class. So he's cool.
Would you get nervous around anyone when they're in costume, like Alan Rickman or anybody?
Alan Rickman is the one everybody gets intimidated by. Seriously. Hello. He has the most amazing voice though. I can listen to it all day. But he is definitely the one that's intimidating. You know, he's such a cool actor as well. He's actually a very shy person. We all thought he was a bit big-headed like in the beginning. We'd all heard, oh, you don't want to talk to Alan Rickman, he doesn't want to talk to you, da da da. But after working with him for like 2 or 3 weeks, we realised he was very shy and he loved talking to everybody. He didn't like going over to people and chatting away. People came over to him and chatted. But also originally Richard Harris in the first 2 movies. He was such an idol as well for every Irish person. Every Irish person loved him. And he was just amazing. I was very scared of him the first couple of times I seen him. We actually all thought he was dead originally. We were filming in the Great Hall. And we'd all just come into Hogwarts and we'd done the sorting hat and everything. And he was sitting there in his chair. And it was about an hour he was just there. His eyes were closed. All the runners and directors and everything were all shitting themselves. Like, we all thought, uh-oh, there's something wrong here. But, yeah, he wasn't dead, thank God. But he is such a cool actor. He's amazing and he'd be missed, like, you know, he was a cool man.
If you could be any superhero, which one would you be?
Superhero, who would it be? Batman. It's always like, Batman, do I say Batman or do I say Superman? But I think Batman's cool. I like Batman. Definitely. Better movies as well. He gets to be mean, yeah. Superman, yeah, he is. He's a pretty boy.
He is.
I don't like pretty boys. I'm not a pretty boy.
Oh, what would be your number one thing on your bucket list?
Sorry?
What would be your number one thing on your bucket list?
Win a gold medal in the Olympics. Definitely.
Out of all the directors you worked with, which one did you find the easiest to work for?
I think originally probably Chris Columbus was definitely the easiest. he's such a family man. He loves kids, and he was so much fun. Like, they were all great in their own rights, and they all helped us so much. But I think Chris, for me, was my favourite. Well, not my favourite, but he was the easiest for me to work with. And it was the real family connection, and he was cool. But like, and then we had Alfonso Cuarón, who was a crazy Mexican, and he was just mad. Everybody loved working with him. And then we had Mike Newell, and he was a beautiful director. And now David Yates, which has done an absolute fantastic job on the 4 movies that he's after doing now. So yeah.
Which was your favorite Harry Potter movie?
Favorite Harry Potter movie, probably the 4th one. It's a cool movie. They're all really good. Actually, no, I've got to say, the new movie that's going to come out is going to be my favourite. I have to say it, like, kind of.
In another month, you're going to be saying that a lot,
I
aren't
am, yes.
you? When he starts PR for it. I have a question for you.
Yep.
The Harry Potter films are almost literally like a dictionary of English actors and the amazingness. Is there anyone that hasn't been in them that you would just die to walk into, that you would have, because it's over, died for them to walk in so you could work with them?
I like Patrick Stewart. I always wished he was in it. It's, like, my mum is absolutely crazy about Star Trek, and I was always made watch it when I was younger, Next Generation. So I liked him in that, and I think he's a pretty cool actor, and he was amazing in X-Men and things like that. So I thought it would have been pretty cool had he have been in Harry Potter. He'd have been a good Professor Quirrell, I think. The baldy head.
I could see Voldemort crawling out of that cranium.
It's okay.
I could see it.
Did you have a question?
Oh, that was my question. Who he would cast?
All right. Yeah.
Get to hang out with Warwick Davis.
Yeah, Warwick. He's a great guy. He's crazy. He's amazing in Willow. We were only talking about it there the last time I seen him. He gave me the DVD because I've never watched Willow. And he was saying, you've never watched Willow? I was like, no. So he gave it to me. But he's such a cool man. He does so much work for charity, and he's a great heart. And his family's just gorgeous. It's such a lovely family.